Today I'd like to do a talk on sleep hygiene. We need to understand why it's really important for us to get a good night's sleep and how sleep affects us. So when we're asleep, our immune system helps regulate and heal everything around the body, any damage that's happened in the body during the day. The whole body gets a chance to come back into balance, or homeostasis as it's called. So when we sleep, it's a little bit like recharging a phone. We get to recharge, we get to get rejuvenated, we process anything that's difficult happening in the body, and we get to heal and repair, and then we have our energy and we're ready to go and face the world again the next day. So sleep is really important, it's really helpful, it's really healthy and essential. And if we don't get enough sleep, we do tend to get more illnesses, more sicknesses. We can't focus as well. It really affects us every day if we haven't had enough sleep. So with that in mind, trying to get the 7, 8, 9 hours sleep that we require is important, and for many people quite difficult. What are the signs of poor sleep hygiene? So if you find that your sleep time is irregular every night, if you find that the amount of hours that you sleep is irregular every night, that you wake up during the night or have disturbances or sleep disturbances, and that you're up and pottering around, or you're ruminating, thinking during the night when you should be sleeping. If you find that you're very tired during the day, or that you're struggling to get to sleep, or struggling to wake up, or struggling maintaining a balanced sleep schedule, then they would all be signs that you are not in a healthy sleep routine or not getting the right amount of sleep for you. So what is good sleep hygiene? Good sleep hygiene is having a set routine where you're putting yourself in a position where you're going to have a good night's sleep every night. It means having routine, having structure. Often people will go to sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time, do exercise, things that encourage them to get a healthy sleep, have their sleep environment or their room in such a way that's conducive to sleep, that encourages sleep. Managing noise levels is really important and conducive to healthy sleep as well. So if you find that you're sensitive to sound, making sure that either you try out different types of earplugs or manage the sound. Like if you're in a house, staying in the area, sleeping in the area which is furthest away from the sound, or doing whatever it takes to dampen down the sound so that it doesn't have such a strong effect on you. Some people prefer to have sound, so they can't sleep in silence, so they will use, there's even things like white noise boxes or different sounds that people use to help them sleep. Some people will listen to the sounds of the sea, or some people like the sounds of just humming traffic outside, or different noises, wind in the trees. So managing how the sounds affect you or silence affects you when you sleep. Trying to get the 7, 8, 9 hours sleep that we require is important, and for many people quite difficult. And the stress they experience during the day gets mopped up a little bit, so they don't feel as much adrenaline, they don't feel as stressed. And when you exercise, you have serotonin and dopamine and different hormones that help you feel relaxed, so that they feel that after exercise they can wind down and rest and get ready for sleep. Others find that if they exercise in the evening, that they get a buzz of adrenaline and it keeps them awake for longer, and they prefer to exercise in the morning. But either way, many people find that doing exercise helps them to sleep and helps them to rest. And that exercise could be just a walk, it could be doing a few stretches, doing a little bit of yoga, it could be gentle exercise, it doesn't have to be a very strenuous thing. But the act of moving and processing any extra adrenaline can help people to rest better. Another thing that can be very important in our sleep hygiene or getting a good night's sleep is the room that we sleep in. So some people find that they need the room to be really warm, and that's conducive to a cozy feeling and a good night's sleep. Some people find that they need the room to be really cold with the window open, and that's what helps them to get a good night's sleep. People find that if their room is very messy, that it is reflected almost in their head, and they remember all the things that they need to do and get done, and they feel a little bit stressed. So it can be helpful to have a clean, organised, quiet, peaceful room to go into, so that when you walk into your bedroom, you feel like, oh, this is a nice place. I'd like to lie down and have a sleep here. So to have your room orientated around the idea of this is where I go to rest and sleep, and that it feels that way when you enter it. And that might mean having a comfortable mattress, having nice pillows, having nice soft material or whatever kind of material you like on your duvet covers, on your bed sheets, your pillow covers. Allergens can be a problem for people too. So if you find that you're allergic to dust or anything like that, making sure your room is allergen free, because if you get allergies, then your nose will be all swollen and you might be sneezing, and that might really hinder the natural process into sleep. So how does sleep work? We have a hormone in the body called melatonin, and melatonin increases in the evening time as it starts to get darker outside. As it gets darker and the light dims, melatonin is secreted around the body, and that starts the process that gets the body tired and ready for sleep, ready for bed. This is called our circadian rhythms. So that's the natural wake-sleep cycle that all animals have. Of course, our circadian rhythms have been affected by the unnatural light that we have. So bright lights outside, bright lights in our house, or the light that comes through to us on our computer screens or our televisions. We need to learn how to manage light and how the light affects us at nighttime, so we don't mess with our circadian rhythms, so that we have the natural release of melatonin in the evening that prepares us for sleep. Computers, phones, devices in general will have, many new ones will have an inbuilt system that you can turn on, that in the evening time it connects to your time zone, and as the sun starts to set in the area that you are, the light in the phone starts to dim, starts to go more yellow and more orange. You might have to turn this on your device, or you might need to find out about what your device uses, or if there's an app you need to download. But I think it's really helpful, especially if you've got sleep issues, especially if you're using your phone or your computer at night, to learn how to manage this light system and the effect that it has on you. In fact, it's a good idea not to have bright lights or TVs or computers or phones on late in the evening before going to bed, because that can have an effect on your circadian rhythms, on your release of melatonin. Some people use a night light, like a Lumi light. So these are lights that will, so it can be just a normal light sitting in your room, but as it gets darker, it starts to go oranger and oranger. And these same lights, you can set them, some of them with an alarm, and in the morning they start to go orange and then yellow and brighter, as if the sun is rising, and wake us up that way. So that's kind of called a natural lighting technique that works with our circadian rhythms and helps manage the melatonin release and the natural sleep-wake cycles. Something that people find affects their sleep is having alcohol, cigarettes, loads of sugar or caffeine not long before bed. So it's important, things like stimulants, like a lot of sugar or like coffee, to have them earlier in the day and not be having loads of them late at night, because it will affect your digestion, it will wake you up, give you energy and take you away from feeling sleepy and tired. Equally, feeling full or having had a big meal before bed can make us feel crampy or heavy or struggle to sleep because we're trying to digest food. So that can be an issue as well. Many people will find that they use masks or eye pillows to help them to sleep. So there are lots of different types of masks or eye pillows. Some are quite heavy, some people like that, some people don't. Some have a strap around that you can't adjust and that can be too tight. Some let light in, some don't. I've even seen ones where there's like a sponge that's around your eyes, so it's not pressing on your eyes, and then there's the eye pillow over it or the mask over it, and then an adjustable strap. I think those ones are quite good. So there are lots of different types of eye masks or eye pillows to use, especially if you live in an area where there's maybe lights outside or light pollution, and the eye pillow really can help you to have full darkness. Some people like the feeling of them as well, that it's conducive to sleep. Alongside these, many people will use weighted blankets. They're really becoming very popular as well these days. The weight on the blanket just makes it's almost like a hug or feeling contained and can help you relax. So weighted blankets are very common now. Again, some people don't like them, some people don't like eye masks, and some people find they really help them to sleep. So maybe trying these things out, getting a few. If you're going to do the eye pillows, try lots of different ones. Some are nice for 10 minutes, but then they're too much. Sometimes people use them till they get to sleep and then they take them off later on. Often people will create a relaxing bedtime ritual or a sleep routine, sleep schedule that they do every day, that it's a pattern that tells the body, now is time to sleep. This is what I do. I'm unwinding now, I'm unraveling. People will use herbal teas like chamomile tea, or take herbs like valerian or CBD, which helps them to relax. Doesn't work for everybody, but some people will use these. Have a warm cup of tea going to bed, or having a bath. Many people in cold countries have baths or warm up before they go to sleep. So creating a routine, a schedule, maybe an hour and a half before bed, where you start to unwind, you start to do some of these processes. That's a message to your body, it's a message to your nervous system. I am starting to unravel now, I'm getting prepared to sleep. It could be that you read a book or a magazine, that you listen to soothing music. Some people burn incense. Lavender is a common one to help people to relax. Some people buy lavender eye pillows. Turn down the light, using those lights that slow down, that get darker with the natural light, the Lumi lights. Whatever it is that helps you to switch off, unravel, unwind, and then by the time it's time for you to actually go to bed, you've already relaxed into that state quite a bit, so you're getting ready to sleep. Some people do some of these things in bed, so they might bring a nice warm cup of tea in bed, they might have a relaxing light, like those salt rock lamps beside the bed. They might have the heat on in the bed, they might have nice warm covers, and they might read in bed for a little while before they get to sleep. So there is a handout with this workshop that you can print off, and you can start to write down what things you think are helpful and create your own sleep routine or your own relaxing bedtime ritual. Thank you.